Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Friday. Today we are working on our TV tracker. So I have found that I sometimes want to rewatch a TV show and I want to be able to mark my progress on that TV show. That's a bad place to start. Context. Context. I am sometimes watch TV like people do. And I've always kind of struggled with keeping up with things. There's a lot of TV shows, right? These are all the TV shows I've watched in my life, and that's a lot of them. And so sometimes I know that I really liked a TV show, and then it comes back on, and I forget to start the next season. Sometimes I can't remember if I've seen a TV show or why I stopped watching a TV show, and so I want to be able to like track basically my progress on these things. Right, so I have this thing. It's kind of set up so that basically every time a new episode of something shows up, it kind of shows up in this next up category. I have like little progress bars on the bottom of each of these things. So like, it's fully green means I finished the show. Yellow and green means I watched some of it but decided I didn't want to keep watching, and then red means I haven't watched yet. Right. I am in this state now where I remember I watched some TV shows before and I like rated them as like, ooh, I really like this. Black Sails. Ooh, new episode. I'm excited. Right? Shameless, actually one of my favorites, right? And so sometimes like if I haven't watched these TV shows in like 10 years, I kind of want to go back and see, do they hold up? Will they make me as happy as they did back then? Whatever, right? And so today's task is I want to go and like say I want to restart watching Workaholics. I want to have a button here that says start a second playthrough, and I want to be able to track that second playthrough the same way I'm tracking my first one, right? So if I start a playthrough, I want it to show up in this watch status as like a next up thing that I'm like one of my options to watch. I maybe want to show like a second progress bar here for like, okay, I finished it once. How many times have I watched it, and how far in did I get on each run? Um, yeah, so that's basically it, to be honest. So I think the plan of action is like add a button, um, make sure that it marks the show as in progress when that happens. I probably want to like mark episodes watched for a certain playthrough. Um, and I probably want to be able to like maybe I try watching this show 3 times. The first time I get through it like I get through like 5 episodes. The second time I try again, I get through 8 episodes. The third time I actually finish. So I probably want to be able to like mark playthroughs as like finished, even if I didn't complete it. Something along those lines. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. And I think we just jump in. It's been a long time since I've worked on this, so I don't really remember how everything's set up. I do know that it's all backed by SQLite database, so presumably that's going to be the focus here. Is we're going to add a button that pipes through to the database. The database is going to add something to some table somewhere, and then we are going to mark episodes with relation to that table in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So let's start by adding an entry point here. We should just add a button. So I guess the first thing here is we should run a test version of this. So I've copy pasted my database here, and so I'll run a second version of this on port 8889. So we should be able to go to localhost 8889, chill, and I think there's an option here for me to basically hot reload the HTML. I think. I usually do that. HTML path, yep. I don't know where the HTML path is though. So let's see if we can find some like resource, probably. Client, probably. That looks a lot like HTML. Okay, so let's start by just going into a TV show and trying to add a button. So let's say that I want to rewatch Black Sails. Let's add a button here and see if it shows up. uh, I built the very same project from our personal use last year in 3 parts. A debug server that has tracking DB and fetches the current metadata, a desktop GUI that is front end for the debug server, and a native host web extension that also uses the debug interface that gives me local info on sites like IMDb and so on. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I like the idea of it being an extension. I hadn't thought about that. So that's pretty cool. So where is this? This is in show.html. So let's just do a stupid thing and add a button here. So we have input type button. These are under a div watch buttons. And so it probably makes sense just to be like, you know, start new playthrough. I guess we probably want to be able to see the status for each playthrough. Probably. So probably we're gonna want some sort of like input here somewhere to like select playthrough for modification. Yeah, so we're gonna want some sort of like thing maybe here above the rating. Maybe this becomes like its own little section. So this is no longer like a watch button necessarily, but it'll go like down here. Let's just start with saying hello. Let's see if like we can see any effect happen here when I refresh. Okay, we do see the word hello here in really tiny text, but it is there. So let's do something like we'll call this multi playthrough or something. And in here we'll do like input ID is equal to multi playthrough selector. Yeah, sure. And how do you do this? You go like type is equal to which one of these million things do I want? Number? I don't know if number is like integer or not. We'll see. Yeah, that looks right. That looks like what I want. And we probably want something in here that's like we probably want a label for this thing, right? So we do do we have labels? Like label 4 is multi playthrough selector, and we say playthrough. Sure. Sure. That's interesting. Well, does it matter if I do this before or after? I can't remember. Yeah, it does. So I'll probably want it before. Do I always manually mark what I want watch, or do you track the information through the streaming service somehow? I mark it manually. I don't mind because I kind of find that like this is kind of the entry point to TV, and the streaming service is like the secondary, right? I start here and then I move to some other platform and then market is finished over here. I don't mind doing it manually. It's not that bad. Okay. So this should probably start with default value of 1, right? Okay, cool. And if I change this to 2, do we see like that effect just to make sure? Yep, okay. So we want this to start at 1. Now, if I increment this, we're going to want to basically set all of these to unwatched as soon as I click this button. I think that makes sense. So I guess a playthrough will maybe only start when I watch an episode. Right? We won't like have a button here to say start next. I will just go to number 2, and then I will mark an episode as watched, and that will flag that there is a playthrough number 2. Now, we probably also want to cap this so that I can only start one after. Right? The going to playthrough 5 when I've only watched once doesn't make sense, probably. So we probably want to cap this thing in some way. But I guess that cap is going to depend on how many playthroughs a show has. So let's add to our program. Let's add to our program a like max playthrough ID or something. Let's do that. Max playthrough ID, playthrough. Sure. Let's do that. So presumably, when we work with this thing, when I go to this website, surely I interact with the database in some way, shape, or form. So this gets the HTML. This gets the JavaScript. All this, okay, episodes. Here we go. Okay, so here we call episodes no payload. How does it know the ID? Surely there's a payload. Or is it in, oh, shows 14 episodes. I see. So we call shows 14 episodes, and then we call shows 14. So the shows 14 maybe is going to be where we get the watch status. Let's see. So the episodes have a watch status associated with them. Show has a episodes watched here. So it kind of would make sense, I think, for the top level show response to tell us how many times we've watched. So probably what happens here is this episodes watched turns into an array. Yeah, I like that. the idea of marking this per playthrough, I think makes a lot of sense. Because that will also set us up for like on the overview. This bar is calculated from the episodes that same thing, if I remember correctly. And if I want to like have like multiple of these bars for how many times I've watched, then that sets us up very well for that. So I think we do it that way. So that was in show. So I look for show. Show's ID looks like what I want. Get show. No LSP. That's not good. Whoa. LSP. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, he just hadn't finished booting. Okay, cool. Okay, so get show calls, this looks like a HTML abstraction over a like core application. I know, I'm sorry I'm talking about this like I'm exploring someone else's code, but it's just because it's my code from the last time I worked on this was like January 28th, and that was after a long break. Yeah, so the last time I really worked on this was like November 2023. So I apologize if it sounds like I'm like acting like I've never seen this code before. It just feels like I haven't seen this code before. Okay. So he returns a hash map of show ID to TV show, where TV show has this. So presumably this is where I'm going to want to add an array. How the fuck do you do arrays in this language again? Dude, it's been so long. I know that I could do like vector here, but what if I want like a box slice? That's kind of what I want, right? An unmodifiable runtime length array. That feels like what I want. And then presumably, I try to build this and everything falls the fuck over. Yeah, because everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? So we'll go to dbrs. So it looks like this is where this thing is populated. And for now, can we just like construct an array that has only one element? I do think you do like vec into box slice or something. I don't know why he doesn't like this. Oh, because it has to be like this. Yeah, okay. Episodes skipped. Oh, so maybe we should do it this way instead. We'll kind of change the type of this thing, wherever it's coming from. So we'll do vec like this into box slice. Boom. Okay. There we go. And then episode skipped gets the same treatment. Episodes skipped. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Okay. Into box slice. All right. Does that compile? All right, that compiles and runs. But now, presumably, we're going to have some sort of like JavaScript fallover somewhere. Yeah, everything is confused, right? We see green bars on everything and everything on next up. So presumably there's some JavaScript that uses that shows response. And maybe it's just shows. Okay, so we have watch list, probably is where we want to start here. So we group these things in some way by looking over object values of shows, and here's what we're looking at. So the watch status, for now, we're just going to assume that there is one of these. And can we look for the string of like episodes question underscore dot episodes? Here we go. So we have watch list and show card. Okay. So can we look for dot episodes here? And we'll just do the same thing where we do go to the end of the word, put a 0 here. Okay. Okay. So now everything should just go back to normal? Not quite. The next up thing is still not working correctly. Not working? Dude, fuck this shitty ass language, by the way. Like, what a garbage thing. Okay, can we like breakpoint on watch list somewhere? Like, shouldn't it be like fucking crashing like all over the place? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Group shows by watch status. So we just want to like here, refresh. All right. Episodes watched is an array of length 1. This seems fine. Hit play. Control Shift R. Interesting. So like this seems the overview thing is right. So if can we dude, how do we get back into the fucking console? Okay. Refresh. So can we step over? Okay, so we had episodes watched 0, 30. Episodes skipped 0, 0. Episodes aired 30. So this is finished. Okay, wait, this is working. This grouping does seem to be doing like the right thing. Can we go back to groups here? Groups, can we, how do I look at this? So we have 77 in next up, 33 in unstarted, 0 in paused, 103 in finished. So it looks like anything that's paused is not being correctly detected. Oh, because we didn't add that to pause status. I see. Oh no, JavaScript on this Rails group. Dude, don't worry. I hate it too. Fuck this garbage language. There we go. Okay, that looks like we're back. And then I don't think that we actually track anything in here. Okay, so this looks like it's working okay. Now we can go back to the idea of if we were going to rewatch Black Sails. Now I should be able to clamp this to this playthrough button to one past the maximum, the number of playthroughs that we have. That's what we should be able to do. So maybe we go into show lit, what is this? Show.html. And here we say that the max is 1 initially, and the min is also equal to 1. So by default, you can't do jack shit. Okay, that makes sense, right? But then we do it so that once we've retrieved the show, we go into show.js, and presumably we get the shows here. And it looks like we put everything into a page. Sure. This thing has a render show as well as a bunch of like helpers, I guess. Render show is where most of the interesting stuff happens. But this looks like actually like drawing this stuff. It looks like we kind of set up like our handlers here. So it kind of feels like on initialization, it just kind of feels like where this belongs. Document get element by ID. And what was it called? What was it called? It was a multi-playthrough selector. And then we're gonna say max, probably, I don't fucking know, is just going to be this show, what was it? Episodes watched length +1. Right? Something like that? Something like that? Feels like it's working. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to attach a play state for each episode, for each playthrough. So for now, we kind of want to make it so that the initial data looks the same. Probably. Let's think about this. What does like this episode's response look like? We get our list of episodes, and he says, "Yo, I have watched this on this date," which we don't actually really use anywhere that I remember, but we'll see. So what is this? This is like a watch status. Okay, can we look for like watch status here? Can we look for it in like the Rust side? Not in like DB, like types. Sure. So this is, we have watched it, we have skipped it, or it is unwatched. That seems reasonable. So I guess this thing becomes an array would be my guess here, right? We can have all three of these states for any playthrough. Seems reasonable to me. Seems reasonable to me. So let's just change that and kind of watch all the places where it falls over. Actually, let's just do it this way. Okay. So db rs 1351. Okay. So watch status comes from here, and we'll just do the same thing. We're gonna do like let watch status is equal to vec watch status into box to slice. Just for now, we'll come back for this in the future when we actually, maybe we'll put some fixmes on here. Pull from DB. Actually, it'll become pretty clear when we test this that it's fucking broken. It's fine. It's fine. It's very entertaining that that's all we need to do to compile and run. Because surely everything else will fall over. Like I refresh this, everything is marked as unwatched, and then if I click watch these, it's still broken. That makes sense. Okay, so what is the play here? The play here is to look at the JavaScript. Show JS, and we probably just want watch status, which looks like it's only in show.js, thank God, and we'll just kind of go like this, and we'll replace these with watch status 0. Oopsies. Actually, how do we want to do this? Maybe we will kind of say like this playthrough is equal 0. And we'll do some sort of like on change here. Let's start with like a little console log ev. Let's just kind of see what we're working with here. So I go from 1, 2. Is this the wrong fucking callback? I don't really see anything happening, which is making me think we did the wrong thing. Let's see. Oh, it's because of the remove show button. Oops. Playthrough input on input. There we go. Okay, so we have an event here that comes in and he has data. Input. I mean, I usually use input target value. Let's do that. Okay, so we will set this playthrough as equal to this. And can we like force this to be an int? Because like otherwise you're gonna have like some sort of like bullshit JavaScript indexing bullshit, right? JavaScript string to int. I don't know how to use this fucking language. Number. Oh, they also had parse int. Sure. Just throw a plus on it? Dude, fucking no. Fuck that link. Fuck that. Fuck that. Okay, now watch stats everywhere is going to look at this playthrough. Now, this is going to be a problem because this is going to go out of bounds. Oh, which sucks. So we're going to have to take make like a function here. Get watch status for a show episode ID and playthrough ID. Right? Maybe we'll just do it on an episode. We don't need the show. And everywhere we have watch status now, we have some modifiers here, which is a little concerning. I wonder if we can cheat here. Maybe it makes more sense to cheat here because it looks like the way we do this is we like modify it in place and send it back. Is like how we work with this thing. So maybe we just like append 1 to all of the elements so that we can modify it. Does that make sense? How do we, this is episodes watched length here. So we could do something like const append. Yeah, we'll do some function that's like append to watch statuses. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it like this. And we'll say, this is so that we can index into a new playthrough without worrying about going out of bounds. That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable to me. Okay, he doesn't like whatever I have set up to do. JS Beautify is what I have bound to my GQ button, I guess. So I guess we will do it manually because it's not there. That's kind of funny. And we'll just go for const episode of episodes, let episode of episodes, because it's going to be changing, I guess. We say episode watch status. How do you like append to array? Const is fine in that context. That's confusing to me because it seems like it shouldn't. But I guess it's fine. It seems like it's rebinding the name over and over again, but whatever. Okay, let's see what happens there. Episodes is not iterable. Okay, what the fuck is it? Is episodes? What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, it's a hash map? Can I really not? So I do episode ID in. Okay. And then we say episodes, episode ID. Okay, can we do that? Is that allowed? Seems cool. Okay, so I go back to playthrough 1. He's not happy. Not happy at all. Okay, so why not? Can we look at like the data here? I guess we go into our debugger and we look at the show and we like just go here. So can we look at like this episode? So now we have watch status 2. Oh. I see. We got the format wrong on one of them. And then we also haven't fixed the use of watch status. So everywhere we say watch status, we just replace this with watch status this playthrough. Okay, this should be totally fine now. Okay, and then here, this needs to be an object. So do I write like, is it just like this? And then what did it look like? Episodes, watch status. It's just watched date. Or what about in the case where it's not watched? This is a bad example. This is a bad example. I don't know how like JavaScript serializes these like, or Rust serializes these like funky enums. It's watch status unwatched in that case. Okay. So it is fine. It's the only reason it looks like an object is because of the funky wonky, like embedding of data inside. Sudden Rust jump scare. Yeah, we got you with it. Okay, so this should be fine. Now we probably also want to, like, let's go back to black sails as our example. We want to make it so that when I change the button, oops, this is the wrong fucking, I was on the wrong version of the page. Okay, so playthrough 1, good. Playthrough 2, also good. That's not good. We probably need to initialize the playthrough ID with the correct value. We're kind of setting it as this all the time. So first of all, playthrough max should now be the episodes. Oh, that's fine. So here we want to set this to like here to number playthrough input dot value -1. I think that's right. So now we're on playthrough 2. He's mad. Playthrough 1, everything is green. That's looking good, right? So I refresh. Now we need to make it so that it actually changes that on change. So here we probably just want to re-render the show. Is that something that we do? It looks like it. Yeah, we just fucking rerun. We're so chillin'. We're so chillin'. So we can just call this render show. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Okay. So next up, next up is probably like setting the next, like actually changing, updating watch state of playthrough. Okay, so probably what we've done here is probably like everything's fucking broken now, right? So these things we can't even unset them as watched, which is going to be annoying for sure. So let's look at what's going on there. So when I say, yo, undo this shit, he's mad because he expected value at line 1, column 98 in server. So this is probably on like, well, let's look at like with a network request that's happening when we click that button. He is trying to say, yo, set the watch status of to unwatched. That's probably not good. That's probably not good. We probably don't want that. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. We probably just prune the last element. We like clamp it back to the number of playthroughs that we have before sending it back. Unless the status is not unwatched. That sounds right to me. Sounds right to me. So we go like on whenever we like set an episode something, we do call this put episode. Okay. So probably when we set mark aired, watched, mark all unwatched, set episode here. So we set the watch status for this playthrough to unwatched or skipped or watched, and then we put episode. And then we should just say that when we put episode, we know that it's a little sketchy here. Where episode, we have injected an extra playthrough for UI convenience. This should not make it back to the server, which kind of indicates that we're doing something fucking stupid, right? If the last element, we need to clamp the length of the watched field to the number of playthroughs unless we are starting a new playthrough. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. I think that makes sense. So we'll say like, how do we like set the watch status? Set episode watched must exist. We get the date of this thing. Okay, sure. So this show, I think, is where the number of playthroughs is set. Episodes watched length. Expected num playthroughs is this. Okay. So we probably have to like copy the object, presumably. How do you fucking this? Okay. Clone is equal this. Okay. And then on the clone, we ditch that thing. So, can you like truncate array JavaScript? I don't fucking remember how to do this. Clone. Watch status. Is that what's called? Yeah. Is equal to clone watch status slice 0 expected num playthroughs. And we'll just do this if clone status, if watch status at expected num playthroughs is equal to unwatched, I think. I guess when we could just do clone watch status pop or something. That sounds right to me. Kind of hand wavy. Okay. So we go here, we click 2 or 1, and can we look at what we send over? So I click set this to unwatched. And he's mad actually. But at what? Did we send our thing? So we sent unwatched, which is not what I was hoping for. Maybe this has to be -1. Okay, so now what do we send? Still double unwatched. So this is not what I was hoping for at all. Can we breakpoint here? Oh, because we put to put the clone. Deep derp. All right, let's try that. Okay. So now we do purge it, and then if we go to episode 2, but we try to set a new episode of watch, this gets double watched. Okay. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good to me. Now, obviously, he's still rejecting the request because the server is not expecting this to be the thing that he's parsing. So, let's see. There's like a put show. This comes in as a TV show update. No, it's not put show, it's put episode, sorry. Which comes in as a put episode request, which has a watch status, and this should be a boxed slice. Probably. Which will probably not compile. Although it updates your old watch date to the new one, right? I think it's because I don't think so. I think that's because I just changed the old watch date. I think. Hold on. Can we do like? I think it's because I double toggled the old watch date. I think, but you're right that we should keep an eye out for that. Let's just kind of do this for a second. So this would be like this, and for now, I don't really know what we're gonna do here. So our database is going to have to support this in some way. Right, which it doesn't right now. So we'll have to kind of cover this in a second. So we're just going to say that the let status is equal to status 0. That should just kind of bail us out for now. That should let this run, just so we can check if like the API is working. Okay, so you were right. We should look at the first playthrough. I'm pretty sure that if I do this on playthrough 2 and I say set episode 3 to watched, it does kind of seem like he's doing that, huh? Do I have debugger set? No. So here we put, oh no, this didn't change it. See, so here on that episode, on episode 5, it didn't change it. I think it's just because I double toggled on the first season is probably why that happened. What's the backend SQLite? Yep. Okay. So I guess we should now update our database to attach some stuff. Okay, well, hold on. What's going on here? Episode watch status is undefined in render show 238. Okay. Something strange is happening there. That shouldn't happen. This is... Oh, because, we did something. Hold on. When we called put show, put episode, we have to apply our hack here again. Yeah. Yeah. So put episode here needs to apply that same hack where we extend it by 1. But he only wants to do it to 1 episode. So we probably want to do... append to watch status episode like this. And then this comes out like this. Yeah. Then that should fix that bug. So we go here, we change this. He is still mad. He is still mad. Refresh, but this is still fine. It's just when I click here, he's angry. So this is at 2:38. Set episode watched, episode ID. Episode watch status. Why is he mad? 2:38 does not seem like the right line. Oh, it is 2:38. Am I just in the wrong fucking file? Oh, I'm just... Do I need to control Shift R here? Is that why? Dude, am I mental? Am I fucking stupid? Why does 2:38 here look like it's looking at watch status? But here it doesn't. Am I like fucking stupid? Am I running with the HTML path? I'm not. That would do it, I guess. That would do it. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. So I click this, and now he's not crashing, but again, the thing's not getting applied because he's not hooked to the database. That's fine. That's fine. That's kind of what I expected to happen. All right. So DB integration. DB integration. So presumably, what does our like episode watch status table look like? Can we like SQLite browser on TestDB? Let's just kind of like take a look. So this just has episode ID and watch date. And I guess we just probably want to add in a play ID, like a playthrough ID. Probably. And then we sort by playthrough ID for each episode. That makes it so that when we set, we can just set with the playthrough ID that's the index in the array. That's fine. Then on retrieval, we maybe push into an array as long as they're sorted. That should be fine. On delete, we probably have to, or you just sort by watch date, assuming playthroughs will be sequential. I don't think that that's going to be true though, because I think that there's going to be some case, like theoretically, I think that I might do like support the idea of going like I watched like the full thing the first time and then I started again, but I only watched this episode and then I watched a third time and I watched to here. So in that case, like these episodes here will only get 2 watch dates, right? And so here I want to attach the playthrough ID, I think. So yeah, let's do that. So we probably have some sort of like database upgrade stuff. No, there's a lot of tests in here. Look at me go. Good job, previous me. Upgrade. Here we go. So we want to do an upgrade from V7 to V8. We are going to do something. I don't know what yet, but we'll just kind of yoink. V7, oopsies, V7 to V8. He is going to probably like alter table. Can you add column to a table? Is that like legal? I think that you have to do like this like fucked up rename flow if I remember correctly. SQLite add column to table. Is that like this is okay. So alter table cats add column, sure. Seems reasonable to me. Seems reasonable to me. Alter table. What am I looking for? I'm looking for SQLite browser, which I think I closed. Watched episode. Episode watch status. Episode watch status. What was it? Alter table. Add column. Playthrough ID. Sure. Then presumably these all get set to null initially. And I guess we probably also want to do the same thing on skipped episodes, huh? Presumably. What's our skipped episodes table look like? Just got an episode ID. Yeah, okay. So we just attach a playthrough to that as well? Sure. Sure, fuck it. And then this will be like add playthrough ID. Failed to add playthrough ID to watch status. All right. Sure. So what do we call this? It was add playthrough ID. All right. Why the fuck not? So now when we extract watch status from the database. Okay. So, geez, what's happening here? I guess everything's probably gonna fall over here, but we'll see. This will, I'm gonna come back to this. Remove show, I'll come back to that. Get episode. Okay, so we'll join left episode. We join episode watch status on episode's ID equals episode watch status. Okay. And then that just means that we want the episode watch date now. We want this to be paired with the playthrough. Right? That's kind of what I'm assuming goes on here. Well, you know what? You know what makes more sense is to just run it and see which query falls over first. Get episodes for show. This is probably what we're going to end up calling, right? I just want to have like yeah, episodes for show. I want to have like a test case that we can run kind of like in isolation from the UI. So yeah, let's maybe set up a curl command for this. Can we like copy value as curl? Nice. So does that mean I can call like this? Nice. It does. Okay. Which means we can kill this. We can cargo run. This is going to trigger a database update. And then everything will start falling over. Off rip. He's mad that the upgrade didn't trigger. It was kind of surprising. Because we do call pragma user version equals 8. Does this not work? SQLite browser test DB. So can we look at like episode watch status? Playthrough ID is there. But the pragma for user version is 8. It's 8. What's he fucking mad about? Oh, because we have a hard code 7 in there, like I'm a dumbass. Okay. We do expect version 8 now. Int? Yeah, I did not type the thing, huh? But get fucked, I guess. Okay, so watch status actually is coming back okay, which is a little surprising. What's happening here? So as we get the episodes, we probably I guess we are joining. We're doing a left join, so we're only getting one of them, which is bad. That's not good. It's almost like we want to do a second query to pull episodes, or we want to do like a duplicated thing. How do we like yoink this data out? How do we yoink this data out in like a sane way? Right, because what's happening here is we assumed before that there was a one-to-one mapping of episode to watch status. And that's not true now. Now there's a many-to-one mapping. So it's almost like we want to... I think that we just have to rip this separately, right? I mean, you could do like... You could do like a inner join or something, or outer join. Okay, let's see. I don't remember. So left join says what? If I have like a duplicated thing, I guess we should just fucking run this query and see what it returns. Yeah, let's do that. So we want the show Black Sails, which is show 14. So if we run this, that gets us something. Okay. And if we insert into the database that we watched an episode, which we should be able to do now, I think the insert, does the insert work? I don't think we update the insert logic either, actually. Maybe we update insert first. That makes the most sense. So dbrs, where is like put show go? Set watch status. So it goes into here. Okay. So what did we do before? We said, hey, I want to get the watch status. We would delete the watch status if it existed. Then we would reinsert unconditionally. Okay, so that seems fine, but we just want to do this in a loop now. So how do you do loops in Rust? It's been a minute. For learn X and Y. That's the easiest. Rust. For I in. That makes sense. But I guess here, yeah, for status in statuses. And then we do all of this stuff that we did for each one before. This goes to the right, and we're going to say, we just have to add a condition for everything here, where episode ID is this, and playthrough ID equals this. Okay. So now we can say like, what do you do? Like iter enumerate, and then you have like, sorry, it's statuses iter enumerate, and then you do like I status like this. And then now we can say that we have I here. which we hit cast Zigland. Try into unwrap or something. Expect. Yeah, we'll just unwrap for now. It's fine. I don't care. Now the problem here is that playthrough ID might be null. So I guess we want to say if the playthrough ID that we get in, we're going to do like or playthrough ID is null. I think that's how you do this in this language. And number 2 is equal to 1. Right? Something like that? Something like that? So we want to go like select. Oh, I guess episode IDs are unique. That's funny. I was like, wait, won't this like fuck up everything? But I guess it's fine. Okay. So let's say like, boom. Select star from episode watch status here. Fuck. Where episode ID is like 9. Let's yeah. 9 and playthrough ID is 1. Or playthrough ID is null and 1 equals 1. Okay? You play here. That's great. And playthrough is equal to hello, why can't I fucking type here? Is it I don't know what's going on there. Okay, or 2 and or it's null and 2 equals 1. Okay, that looks like it's working. And then presumably if we added like a playthrough ID of 2 here, this would now do what I want. Does this need to be in brackets? Did this not commit? Can we delete this for a second? Okay, so this is not doing what I want, it turns out. So episode ID is 9. Playthrough ID is equal to 2. Okay, let's just start there. Hello? Playthrough ID is equal to 2. We saw that here. Unless it's not committed. Write changes, hit play. Playthrough ID, syntax error. Am I fucking mental? I wonder if it's because this is like not a string, is like a number or a string or something. Like we do like, yeah, okay. Good eye. You guys had the same idea that I did. So we need to probably reset our test database, rerun the upgrade, and try to force it to integer. Alter table, add column. It looks like you just slap a data type at the end. Okay. Can I set like a default value? That'll make this easier. Alter table, add alter table t, add c, boolean default. Yeah, we'll say default 0. That should make our lives easier. Then we don't have to do this like null handling. Right? because then this just becomes like this. Let's kind of see how that plays. So let's recopy our existing database. And so he should be version 7 now. We should run our database, our program, and he should try to update. Okay. And then we can SQLite browser and we can run. It doesn't fucking change the existing thing though. So we need to like on alter table. Can we like add column not null? We might have to do, it'll be a little tricky. Okay, sure. Oh, I also didn't do this. Oh, we're making a lot of mistakes here. It's fine, we'll live. We'll live. And then let's do a cargo run again. He's mad because this is not valid SQLite. SQLite alter table. Alter table, add column, column def, type name, column constraint, not null. Type name. Oh, so he needs type name first. I see. And then where does default go? Default is in one of the constraints. Got it. Let's try that. There we go. He's happy. SQLite browser. So now we should see all of these guys have playthrough IDs of 0. Hell yeah, dude. Cool. Okay. So set watch status. There we go. So here, he sets the playthrough ID, and it's just all these need, and playthrough ID is equal to 2. Let's do let playthrough ID is equal to I, try into, unwrap. Let's do it one time so I can just type playthrough ID everywhere else. Boom. Boom. Okay. Then insert this. This gets a playthrough ID here with 3. Everything is fine. All right. So that should be set episode watch status okay. Cargo run. And then we have that curl command. Oh, this is the getter. Okay, let's try setting. Okay, so we go into our test of black sails. We go to playthrough 2 and we set an episode. And do we see? This is still only watched one time, so it doesn't look like this worked. Well, I guess we'll see, because we only actually fixed the one. I guess we actually have to look at the database. It's hard to know because the retrievers are still broken, probably. But you know, theoretically, we have set the thing to the right thing. Theoretically. So SQLite browser, test DB. Can we look at like shows? Black Sails is 14. Select star from episodes where show ID was 14. Okay, and we're looking for, we changed like episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So we're looking for episode from watch, episode watch status, where episode ID is greater than or equal to 7710, and episode ID is less than or equal to 7715 or something. Let's just kind of see. So we have not incremented the playthrough ID here. Do you have a backup DB before you do anything wrong? Yep, sure do. Don't worry. So this did not do what I expected. This is not doing what I expected. So let's look at the request that went in. Let's just make sure that the requests do have this. The requests do have double watched, which is good. And nothing's crashing, right? We see like nothing here looks like an error. So the question becomes, why didn't it do what I want? Why didn't it do what I want? Can we say updating playthrough D? How do you do this in this language? Like this? I think. Watch status does not have a debug. Oh, display. So I write debug here, which it does have. All right. All right, let's try that. So here I click this. Updating playthrough 1, 0 to this. Updating playthrough 1 to that. Okay, so that seems fine. Right, that's kind of what I expect. Now, why is it not returning the right thing? Oh, probably because this doesn't, this probably calls get episode, which doesn't do the right thing. Okay. So, oh wait, but SQLite browser did not indicate. Right? It was like 7.7, we want shows, Black Sails 14. Select star from episodes where show ID is equal to 14. Okay, so 7710 is what we're looking for. These episodes, my bad. We want 7710. Yeah, so we only have one of these. So how come our logs indicate that we're doing this, but it's not actually happening? Is episode ID a unique primary key? Could be a unique primary key there. So can we look at episodes is integer primary key, not null. Boo. Okay, so because we're using the episode as a primary key, we can't insert twice, probably. But then why is the second one not like erroring out in some way? That's what I would have expected. And what about in skipped episodes? What if we set this to skipped? Does that work? Because skipped doesn't have that same constraint on the table. Skip. Okay. It looks like we probably have not done the right... What's going on here? failed to insert skip. Oh, because it's a different thing. Okay. Oh no, here it is. I just forgot to write this down. Fine. That's on me. Okay, so we go back in here. I hit skip. And then can we... Okay, this is interesting. Episode 7711 has skipped and watched said. Where is that coming from? Ah, probably from... Okay, that makes sense. So it's probably... I think that means that it probably worked, would be my guess. If we look at the SQLite browser and we look at these skipped episodes, 7710. He did set a playthrough ID of 1 here, and if we do that again, we also skip the first playthrough. Skipped episodes, 7710. Whoa, hold on. Why is that different now? Something's wrong here. Something's wrong for sure. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we double update to skips now. It's hard to tell because like we're in such a bad state. Yeah, so he's got the same problem. Same problem, which I feel like I'm confused about. Insert or ignore into skipped episodes. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. Do I have to manually commit? Yes, but I am committing down here. So let's try the stupid thing of just kind of like yoinking this into SQLite browser. Like, what are we doing wrong here? What are we doing wrong here? So episode ID 7710, playthrough ID 0. Play. Okay, so skipped episodes 7710. He's there. Now we write 1, hit play. It's probably this insert or ignore, huh? That's going to be my guess here. Play. Insert into... Unique constraint failed. We have a unique constraint on the episode ID. I see, which is bad. Aha. So here we need to remove unique constraint. Can you remove constraint from SQLite table, or do I need to do one of those like copy paste? Yep. All right, fine. Fine, we will do that copy paste. Is it the same for episode watch status? Create episode watch status. Create table episode watch. No? Am I fucking high? Alter table. Where does it fucking create the table? Dude, I feel like I'm fucking mental. I don't see a creation of this thing anywhere. Create table. Oh, probably because we renamed it. It was probably called something else before. Yeah, watch status. And then we renamed it here. I see. I see. Got it. Okay. So this thing was created with a foreign key. So we probably need to make a new table where this becomes not the primary key anymore because it's not uniquely identified by an episode ID. It's fine by me. Okay. So upgrade V7, V8. We're gonna do like create table, episode watch status new, and he's gonna look very much like the old watch status table, right? Episode watch status new. We are going to remove the primary key constraint here. And then I think you do like insert into episode watch status new, episode ID watch date, and then we also want playthrough ID. So you insert into this, select its episode ID watch date 0 to fill in the playthrough ID from episode watch status. And then we drop episode watch status. And then we rename the new table. All right. And we're going to give a very similar treatment to the skipped episodes. So create table, skipped episodes, new. Episode ID, integer not null. This is fine. Unique constraint, get the fuck out of here. All right, and we slap this on here. And then we kind of do the same bullshit here where we do this, except we are going to replace everything in here with episode watch status with skipped episodes. All right. We restore from our backup. We try to run the upgrade. He's mad because syntax error near a fucking probably this. He's still mad. Unknown extended code 1 syntax error. What do we do wrong here? Oh. Insert into this. Oh, we forgot. Oh no, this seems fine. Wait, it's not supposed to have a semicolon there. The rename is missing. That's true. Alter table, rename to. That's a good point. That's a pretty good point. Let's see if that's the one. Okay, we're gonna have to like fucking bisect. How do we do this? How do we fucking... Can you comment, SQLite comment? Is that allowed? So you're saying you can kind of do like this? Yeah, that's allowed. All right. Will you bisect? He doesn't like that. So it must be this insert statement, right? It must be. Yep. So what's wrong with it? Insert into... Oh. There's a bracket there that shouldn't be? Yeah, that was it. All right. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right, let's try it again. All right. Now he is saying near episode watch status. Probably this. Table, probably. Oops. Oopsies, oopsies, oopsies. And then he's still fucking mad about some bracket somewhere. Oh, yo, yo, is it in here? Yep. Is it like this? SCP. Cargo run. Yep, okay. So, is it the trailing comma here? He has no table named watch date. That's true. That is true. All right, we chilling? We are chilling. Okay, finally. Okay, so now we should be able to refresh here and try setting skipped. So those are skipped okay. Those succeeded. And then these guys, we want to see now if SQLite browser says that we see those things as skipped. There we go. We fucking got there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So that's good. Can we do the same thing with watched? So we go to watched, watched. So here we put unwatched watch. What if we go here? 7710. We try to put double watch now. Okay. So let's see if we have episode watch status 7710. Double watched. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Simple stuff. Really. So now our get episode needs to get fixed. So can we look at, I guess, first we'll look at the response to the put request. Yeah, we'll figure get episodes for show or get episode. Why is everything fucking the wrong color? That's so annoying. It's just like everything's like fucking like brown for some reason. It's like it thinks that the things in strings are out of strings, and I think out of strings are in strings. That's really frustrating. Okay, what's find episode gives an episode ID. Get episode gets us a TV episode. So this is where we are doing something wrong now, where we are kind of assuming that we can extract the watch date from an episode. And that's not true anymore because there's not a one-to-one mapping. So how do we do this? We could, I guess like a second select is fine. Unless there's some clever way to make it all work in one, but I don't even think that's worth it. So this becomes episode from row indices no longer makes sense. I guess it does if he returns like a TV episode without watch date. Without watch status. Okay. So he's going to take out these indices for watch date and skip state because he can't figure those out. And then we're going to go like types, and we're going to go TV episode. And I guess we're going to like copy this thing over here. And we're going to call it without watch status. All right. Then this thing can return fine. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to like yoink these out. And then we're going to say, we're going to extract the watch status. So we're going to be like append watch status or something, right? So he's going to take in the episode. And so this select now just says we don't look at the watch date or the skipped episode ID, which means that we don't have to left join the watch status or the skipped episodes. So this statement becomes much simpler. But we do have to implement this like append watch status for an episode, right? And he's going to return like something like this. Right? Kind of hand wavy. Who needs to take in self, I guess. Yep, makes sense so far. Then we go in here and we go like select select something. Select episode ID playthrough ID playthrough ID episode ID playthrough ID. Okay. What else? The from episode watch status? Is that what it's called? Uh-huh. Sure. Where episode ID is equal to this. And this is going to be the watch status. Can we do this in one statement? It would be nice to be able to be like, I wonder if our like watch status table is just kind of like the wrong now. Feels kind of wrong. But whatever, I guess. It feels like the database is like just kind of in like a fucky state. You could like kind of merge these tables together, right? You could have like watch state is like a date skipped or or like non-existent. Kind of feels like that would feel better, to be honest. just like hand wavy. It just kind of feels that way. Because before we appended this skipped episodes thing, because like the table, it just, I don't know, it just seemed like it fit better. But all of this gets simpler if this, like, we get like state is a string, and then the string is either, or integer even, and then we could have like date, you know, something like this. Because then we could even say like you could inject the date that you skipped as well, which maybe isn't important. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we'll leave it this way, even though I'm not really too happy with it. And we can just do 2 select statements for now. Watched statement is this. And this is the skip statement. Okay. Then we like execute the statement. So I guess we can kind of do it in 2 sections. So we have some output, I guess. Watch statuses. Okay. Something like this, where we have a bunch of like onset watch statuses. When we go over each row, how do we like do an example of ripping through rows somewhere? Here. So for each of these, for each row of things that we watched, we like make sure that the watch statuses is at least as long as the playthrough ID. So how do we like somewhere there's an example of this. We like, I think it's like hello episode row dot get index. Okay. So we call like let episode ID is equal to row get 0. And does this return like a result? Yeah. I'm gonna unwrap for now because I don't want to deal with the error handling. Then we have the watch date, row get 1, and the playthrough ID is row get 2. So we're gonna make sure that we're at least playthrough ID plus 1 length, right? And then we set watch statuses at that place to be some value with the watch date somehow parsed, right? Okay, that's great. Now this is mad because we need to do some sort of like parsing. So where did we do that before? Date came from watch date, which is this. Oh my god, where the fuck am I? Okay, so let's just go like, boom, let watch date equal this. Okay, and then this is taking watch date here. Okay. So now we have all of our watched elements, and we kind of are going to do the same thing here for the skipped statement. But this is going to say episode ID, playthrough ID from skipped episodes or something, where episode ID is this. Okay, so this is all the same, except now unimplemented. Now we're going to do something like, we don't have this, we just have playthrough ID. We still do this resizing, but now we have to check. If watch statuses playthrough ID is sum, we have a fucking problem. So we'll say, I think we covered this case before. None. Okay. Yeah, we did this. Episode has both this. Choosing watched. Otherwise, we set this thing to watch status skipped. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. This is getting awful. Annotations needed, cannot infer type. Why the fuck not? Because playthrough ID has to be like a U64 or something. Or usize, okay. And then this needs episode ID here. Okay, and then now at the end of this, if we're returning a bunch of TV episodes, we take our, I guess we have some output here, right? So this is going to returning a single TV episode. So we just say, we return a TV episode that has all of these fields coming from the input. So this is like episode ID, episode show ID, episode name, episode season, episode air date, and then we just say watch statuses. We'll say like let watch status. You will watch statuses into iter. We map each of these. We want to take like each one of these things and like they're an option. So we want to say like v dot okay. Or we have like an error, which we haven't, I guess we'll unwrap for now. Then we collect them. And now we can just say that our watch, and we can just watch status is watch status. Maybe? Feels like that's good. Consider giving episode ID an explicit type. What do we want? We want an I64. So it's just like we write like episode ID here. I guess is what we're supposed to do. Playthrough ID. Usize. Okay. Okay, and then here we need to write .0 on the episode ID. There we go. That's like a maybe. 1421. Okay, so this thing, episode from row indices. Oh, this is without watch status. Okay. Then we need to remove the watch status and skip status stuff from here. Okay, and the watch date stuff. Okay. Watch date 6, skip date 7. Okay, so there's a couple other places where this is used, which makes sense. So this is also used on get episodes for show. So we need to do the same thing here, where we say let episode is equal to append watch status the episode. Okay, and does this happen again? Yes. So we do that. All right. All right. So now is this just like chilling? Like it seems like we actually might have fixed it in a lot of spots. Okay, so if I refresh here, so it looks like hand wavy, it's working except for like the auto update. So if I like click here and then refresh, oh, he's fucking broken now. That's not good. It looked like it was working for a second. I wonder what is happening. Refresh. Oh, we were panicked. Hold on. We did something really bad. Here, option unwrap on a none value at dbrs645. Okay, let's look at that. So here we whipped through this episode ID isn't used. Sure. I guess episode ID doesn't have to be used here either, to be honest. We don't really need episode ID to come out of these queries. Which means that this is row get 0 and row get 1. This is row get 0, but that's not the problem here. That's not the problem. The problem is, at this point, he says, okay, I've walked through all of these playthrough. We've resized this thing, and we have more IDs than we have like statuses for them, if that makes sense. So can we replace this unwrap with an error? So we'll say if v is none, we will log an error. Episode this number is missing a watch status. Oh, you know what? That might just be an expected case. If we have a playthrough where it has neither, then that means it's unwatched. Yes. So we should, instead of this thing being an optional thing here, we can just resize it with watch status unwatched. And then we don't need to do this map at the end. That feels kind of good. Feels kind of good. Then where we write sum here, we can just kind of remove that. Okay, all right. And if this is not equal to watch status unwatched, we give it the same treatment. There we go. Let's see, let's see. Refresh. All right, we're not crashing anymore. Huge. Playthrough 1, playthrough 2. Huge. This is not working. So from SQL syntax error, failed to prepare get show request. Fail get show request. That's here. Get show here on prepare get shows query. So he doesn't like this at all. Why? Because SQL error or missing database. Near from. This is a fucked up thing, huh? Group by show ID is skipped count. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in my ass, dude. Databases are such a pain in my ass. Also, why is this all of a sudden not an okay query? I guess because a table doesn't exist. Skipped episodes? Episode ID? Okay, I guess we just have to, like, run this in SQLite browser and just try to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on. So we have air date in here. I think we can just delete that. So he's actually fine with this. Which is kind of surprising. Looks like he's totally okay with that. So what is the problem? This is failed to get episode after modification. So maybe we've just got the wrong error log. Failed to get episode after modification. Okay. Okay. Failed to prepare get show request. So, oh, is it just, oh, it's just the wrong error log. God damn it. Fine. Okay, so now what's he actually pissed at? I put an extra comma in here. Fucking misleading arrows. Always hate SQL. I mean, it's like pretty cool. It's like pretty good. It does like a lot of good stuff. It's just okay, so when I set something as unwatched, it still looks like we have problems. Only on playthrough 2. This playthrough is undefined. Okay. Can we look at, like, what we got back here? Can we, like, episodes, probably? Episodes. Unwatched, skipped. Okay, so I see. We are not correctly... So if we have both watch statuses, we are putting them in there. But in some cases, we do not have a watch status for the second playthrough. That makes sense. That makes sense because we pull from the database and we don't know. So really, we should make sure that when we get an episode, that it tracks correctly the number of of playthroughs that are supposed to be had. So here we'll say if num playthroughs is less than or greater than watch statuses len, I guess really what we should do is we should just kind of run this shit up here. Num playthroughs with watch status unwatched. Okay, that seems fine. Then how do we extract the number of playthroughs? We kind of want to look up for the show what the maximum number of any of these things are. Ugh, how gross. All of this is disgusting. I think our database is just like in a bad format. All of this feels bad, but whatever. Num playthroughs for show. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. All this feels kind of fucking nasty. This is gonna be like a result usize. I don't know, man. Then we're gonna be like, let num playthroughs equal to num playthrough for show. Which means that we need to get out the show ID. Right? And this comes in here. I guess. And is this in a loop? No, but probably this happens somewhere else. So we need to look for the other usage of append watch status. So this is get episodes for show. If we're doing get episodes for show, we can do it once instead of once per episode. So we'll kind of do this. You know, something like this. Okay. And we need another one here. Get episodes aired between. So this is, each one of these could be a different show ID, theoretically. So we have to do this way. Which is fine. Which is fine. This is horribly inefficient. There's a lot of like stupid shit going on here, but it's fine. Okay, so num playthroughs for show. What does this do? He's going to do some form of nasty join. He's going to be like, get, like, select the, it's going to be like something that's like, get all episodes, IDs for show. Then he's going to like join this / group by in some way where he's going to get like join watch date and join the skip state, right? Then from there he's going to take like the max playthrough ID from watch or skip is what he's going to do here. Fuck. I think I am going to do this later because I am tired of fighting with SQL It's 4 o'clock, and this is annoying. I suspect that now we've kind of like plowed through this a little bit. It is likely that our SQL is just wrong. I think our table setup is painful and causing us problems. So I'll probably think about it overnight, see if there is a way to improve this, and then run back at it tomorrow. There is a fair amount more to do here, so I don't think that we are going to be run out of content for tomorrow. So we will delay the GPU stuff on another day, and we will come back at this tomorrow. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream most days at around 12:30 Pacific time to 4 o'clock Pacific time. We do 12:30 to 2. We call it happy hour, where we kind of do like supplemental content. So we do like refactors and testing and reading stuff that's kind of like whatever we're working on. We might do like some like cleanup, but we try not to make like major progress. That stuff is on Patreon and on YouTube under paywalls. So if you want to support me or see extra content, you can catch me live or check out those on Patreon and YouTube members. Then there's the 2 to 4 segment, which is what you're seeing on YouTube and what you're seeing right now. The typical like let's just like bang out a new feature on something. So we stream most days, and the code for everything usually ends up on GitHub. This project is the TV Tracker repo, so it will end up here eventually, but probably not until we have a final answer. What else? Like, subscribe, Twitch Prime. Swing back by in a couple days if you're bored, if you don't care about this, but you do care about the GPU stuff. We'll be back on GPU stuff hopefully on Sunday. That's the goal. But we'll see. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Goodbye, YouTube and Twitch. Let's find someone to raid.